In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a bunch of recent purchases that I've made. And a lot of it is just very, very girly and has kind of a spring vibe to it, even though right now it's like pouring down rain, which is such a bummer. Literally like flood rains. We actually got a flash flood warning earlier today, and so it's just pouring. And I can't wait for the sun to just come out and then just stay out. And I know that that always happens here in South Texas right around like mid-April. And the reason I know that is because when my daughter was young, she had a little best friend named Ava, and their parties were always so close in proximity because Ava's birthday was at the end of March. And whenever we would go to her birthday party, I feel like we always had to wear sweaters and it was still kind of chilly outside. But then come Aubrey's birthday, which is April 15th, we would always have like a bounce house. Well, they would have bounce houses and stuff like that too. But sometimes we would have the ones with the water at the bottom or the slide, or sometimes it was just a regular bounce house. When I think of the money that we used to dish out for like my children's birthday parties, I think my favorite one that I threw for my daughter was a little Barbie themed one, just because all the decorations were so cute. I used to spend so much money on the decorations, and then of course we'd always rent one of those giant like bounce houses because we had so many kids that lived down the street and they would all come over. It makes me so sad because I feel like they've all grown up and graduated, and when we all moved into this neighborhood, it was brand new. The houses had just been built, and now all the kids are grown and they've moved off. And it's so weird sometimes when I'm outside. I'm used to just all the kids just running and laughing and riding their bikes and stuff like that, and I just don't see it anymore. It makes me so sad. Anyway, so I know that, mid-April, it's gonna start getting hot here and it's just gonna stay that way, and we're gonna see the sun all the time. And I just, like I said in my last video, I feel like I'm just energized by the sun. And it motivates me. It motivates me to work out, motivates me to eat well, it motivates me to stay active. It just puts me in such a good mood. And so anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you are these right here. And these are actually nipple covers. I just did a video where I collaborated with a bra company, and somebody was asking like what strapless bra I was wearing under some of the tops that I showed later on in the video. And I wasn't wearing a strapless bra. I was actually wearing these nipple covers, and they're on plastic. But it's kind of funny because they look huge, right? But y'all, they are completely invisible, completely seamless under tops. And it's pretty cool the way that they work because there's no adhesive whatsoever. They're actually washable, reusable. You can keep them as long as you want. Their little motto is like grippy, not sticky. And so they just kind of form to, I guess, the heat of your body. I'm gonna just put one right here. Even though my arm is not the shape of a breast, it still sticks really nicely. Just like that. It just kind of grips on. And I think you're supposed to wear it under like fitted tops, but I've actually worn these under tops that are not fitted, and they do not move. They don't slip around. I mean, I guess if maybe you're really, really sweaty or something, but I guess I've never been that sweaty to know if they slip around. And when you take them off, they just come off so easily, and there's no sticky adhesive, left on your skin or anything. And I just love them. Look at how thin they are on the edges. So they're completely seamless. Like I said, they are totally invisible under tops. I'm gonna put a little video up here where you can see I'm wearing like kind of a loose fitting tube top. It's very thin, the material is very thin, and you can't see anything. You cannot see anything. And so I just love these. But on top of it, there's so many dresses that you might wanna wear that maybe halter or something where you can't wear a bra no matter what. And rather than get those little nipple covers where you can totally see them under clothes, like I have some and they're awful. It literally just makes it look like you have these huge, nipples, and who wants that? So anyway, this just covers everything and you can't see anything. Next up is this big bag of hair ties right here. And these are just the seamless, very stretchy. They're made of cotton, I think it said. They're very stretchy. They don't lose their elasticity, and I just love them. And I especially love all the beautiful colors that they come in because they are perfect for spring. I bought a bag like this previously, but it had more neutral colors like tans and nudes and browns and may have had black. And normally I only use the nudes, something that kind of matches my hair color, or the black if I was wearing black. But now that spring is coming up and we're gonna be able to wear all these beautiful pastel colors, which that's another reason why I love spring so much. I just love the colors. I know so many people are like, oh my God, I love fall and I love fall fashion. And I have just never been somebody who gets into fall fashion or winter fashion. I love spring and summer. That's mine. I guess I just don't like, dressing like a tree. I'd rather dress like a big field of beautiful spring flowers. So next up are these right here. And these are just little handheld fans. Isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. Here's another one. Let's see. Isn't that so pretty? They just have, such beautiful spring colors. They actually come 5 to a pack, but I gave one to my daughter last time she was here, and I should have given her more, because what am I gonna do with 4 fans? Anyway, I originally bought them because whenever I put on my skincare and I'm layering, I don't want to just sit around and, wait for it to dry. So I kind of like to, dry it with a little fan. Also, sometimes whenever I do my glycolic acid peels, my skin will start to burn. And so I'm like, I really want to fan myself with a fan. I used to have one from the dollar store and it lasted for years. And then it broke, and I went back to the dollar store, and of course, they don't sell them anymore. And so anyway, I bought this pack of 5 because I know that I will get use out of them. I also like to use them whenever I paint my toenails. And, just so that I can speed up, the drying process, even though it doesn't even matter, because I swear every single time I paint my toenails, suddenly I'm the most clumsy I've ever been in my life. Like I'm stubbing my toe or I'm tripping over something and I always mess up my toenail polish like right away. There's always one toe, right? There always seems to be one toe that just keeps getting damaged over and over and over, and you have to keep, painting it, or maybe that's just me, I don't know. And I'm also gonna take them to the beach, or anytime, like sometimes we'll go to outdoor restaurants and it can get really, really hot if there's not a breeze. And so that would be perfect. Somebody in the comments section was like, I really wish they were bigger. And I'm like, how big do you need them to be? I mean, look at this. You get so much air from, this tiny little thing. Okay, so next up is this self tanner by B-Tan, and it's called Glow Your Own Way. And this is darkest. I think they have one that's 1 step higher that's called Insanely Dark or something like that. And I want to get it, but I have to order it. This one I just picked up in store. And I almost hesitate telling you guys about this because you should not use this unless you are an experienced self-tanner, and you should never ever try to apply it without a mitt. Like you definitely have to apply it with a mitt. The first time that I used it, because it was a gel, I just applied it without a mitt, and oh my gosh, it was so streaky. It was so kind of patchy. And it's very unforgiving because it's very, very dark. It's literally the darkest self-tanner that I've ever used, which is why I'm like, I've got to figure this out. I have to keep using this. And so the next time that I used it, I did use it with a mitt, and then it just came out beautifully. And it was so, so dark. You do have to be careful around your ankles, around, your hands. I typically just do, with a mitt, the tops of my hands, and I don't even do my fingers because I feel like that's when it starts to get, real weird looking. And I don't think anybody can tell that my fingers are lighter than my hands. I feel like most people are looking at your hands. Now I do want to say that if you have dark spots, just like any other self-tanner, it's going to darken your dark spots. Like I have these on the back of my arm, and it's so funny, they're not dark, they're actually pure white. Like they don't have any pigment whatsoever. So when I'm pale, they're actually whiter than my skin. But whenever I put on any self-tanner, they darken more than my regular skin. Y'all, I have not applied this it's been at least 7 days, and most of it has faded off for whatever reason. The dark spots are the last to go. I wish they were the first to go, but with any self-tanner that I use, they're always the last to go. Now, when it does start fading, it doesn't fade like completely evenly. Wow, there's a lot of thunder out there. Wow. Towards the end, you are gonna need to use like an exfoliating glove. You'll probably, like I always use the body scrubs, just like a sugar scrub, or I think it's what it is. I've shown it to you before. I'll put a picture of it here, but I use that with an exfoliating glove just to get all the remainder off. and then I start over. But anyway, right now it's my favorite because it's just so dark, and so I wanna try the other one. Somebody left a comment to me one time and they said, if you can't tone it, tan it. And it's so true, because whenever you're tan, you just look so much more toned. I do. I feel like, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so old, and it's so hard to keep tone, to keep, you know, toned legs especially. But when they're tan, they look so much more toned. So anyway, so next up is this little body spray right here. However, I do not use it as a body spray. And oftentimes when I do buy body sprays, I don't use them as body sprays. I use them for my car. I use them for the bathroom. I almost use them like an air freshener instead, because even though they're a little bit more expensive, I think they're like $5 or something like that, I just don't like the smell of most air fresheners, like aerosol, like Glade, or whatever the brands are. They just don't have a fragrance that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to spray that and smell it in the air. I just picked this one up at Walmart. I don't know if it's on Amazon. It might, I mean, almost everything's on Amazon, right? But it's called Cabana Days, and it smells like coconut, banana, and pineapple. And I was like, banana? I've never ever gotten a fragrance that smelled like banana. So when you spray it in the air, it smells like summer. Like, to me, it just, I just love anything that has like a coconut smell. I love it. I love coconut. It just reminds me of summer. It makes me feel like, you know, I should be on vacation somewhere. So instead of burning candles or something like that, I just heard one time that burning candles is so bad for like cardiovascular. I don't know, like, everything's bad for us these days, right? Like, anything and everything is so bad for us, but it's supposed to be kind of toxic, you know, to burn candles and to breathe in the scent of candles all the time. Not that this is any less toxic. I'm sure that this is just as toxic, if not more. It's so sad that everything is so toxic for us now. I mean, there was a time, you know, what is that? Like, ignorance is bliss. I wish that we could go back to that. Like, my grandparents, oh my gosh, y'all, my grandma and my grandfather lived till they were like 93 and 94. My great grandma lived till she was 96. And none of them were like the picture of health. They weren't trying to exercise into old age or anything like that. They were eating so much processed food, and they all just lived into their 90s. And now, I swear, if I make a video, any type of video, food related video, I could be eating an apple and somebody will tell me like how bad apples are for me. I could eat a piece of lettuce and there's gonna be somebody in my comment section telling me how bad, you know, lettuce is for me and why. It's crazy. It's like every single thing is bad. So anyway, I'm sure that this is just as bad as candles, but I'm not gonna burn the house down. Y'all, one time I had candles lit all around my house, and I had a cat. He was a rag doll, so he was real fluffy and his tail was real fluffy. Somehow he kind of like laid his tail onto my candle, and his tail caught on fire, and he was running around the house, and I think he put it out himself, and I got to him when I just saw him just running all around the house, and I was like, what's going on? And then I realized it. I went to grab a towel, and then he had already put it out himself. But I'm like, okay, no more candles, even though I don't have a cat anymore, so. Okay, so next up is this little box of just little different size jars with lids. Like, here's a really, really tiny one, and then I've got bigger ones. Here's another one that I've already filled with a powder that I broke. And the reason I bought these is for that exact reason, because I can't tell you how many times like I've squirted out too much Retin-A or too much of a lotion or something, and you can't put it back in the bottle. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to waste this. What do I do with it? And so I was like, I know, I'm going to buy these little jars with lids, and whenever that happens, I'll just put it in there so that I can use it the next day, because I'm not wasteful. And so anyway, I broke one of my powders the other day. I break them all the time. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to throw them away. And so I just crush them up and put them in here so that I can still, you know, use them if I want to. I also have this one that was in my bathroom, and I had almost finished a tube of Aquaphor, and I was having a hard time getting out the rest every time I wanted to use it, because I'm not about to throw it away. Like I said, I'm not wasteful at all. So there was quite a bit of Aquaphor in there, and I was having a hard time every time I wanted to use it for my lips or anything. So anyway, I just put it in this jar, and that's a lot. Like, I would have had to throw that away. It was actually more than this. It was actually to the very top, and I just put it on my lips every night. And so I thought, that's perfect. It's perfect use of these little jars, right? Okay, next up is this bottle of lotion right here by La Roche-Posay, and it's called Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. Lipid replenishing up to 48-hour hydration. I tried this in the store. I was just at my local grocery store and I tried some and I put it on my hands. I could not get over the texture. It is the silkiest, satiniest texture ever, and it does not go away for a while until it kind of like absorbs into your skin. But it is so nice. So anyway, I'm like, I'm getting that for my neck. I want it for my neck, for my chest, for all the parts of my body that have like crepey skin. And so I bought this. Now, I tried to use it like as a face moisturizer under my makeup. Does not work. Don't even try it. Your makeup will slip right off of it. I had some, like I used it the first couple days and I put it on my eyelids. But even though I used like an eyelid primer with my eyeshadow, within a few hours, my eyelids were just so patchy because this stuff is just, I don't know, it just has like that slippery texture. And y'all, when you use this, especially like on your body, like if you look down at your legs, like there's sometimes where I'll look down at my legs in the sunlight or something and they might look real dry and scaly. You put some of this on, oh my gosh, it just, you can tell it just drinks up this moisturizer. Your skin does. And it just looks really, really nice. I feel like this is gonna be perfect for summer, especially when you want like a little baby bit of sheen to like your legs, like when you're going to the beach or the river or whatever. Like I love my Gold Bond, don't get me wrong. Gold Bond is one of my absolute favorite thick, creamy, heavy moisturizers ever. But I like it also because it's very matte. But when you're looking for a little bit of sheen or a little bit of like, I don't know, just that glow or whatever, you're gonna love this stuff. It's a little bit pricey though. And the whole reason I bought it is because I had originally purchased this one on Amazon because I saw people raving about it in another girl's comment section on TikTok. And this is the Cicaplast Balm B5, and it's by La Roche-Posay, but it was like $15 for this tiny little tube. I wanna say this one was $19.99. or 20 something, I don't know, but it was right around $20. To me, they have the exact same consistency. Their ingredients are not exactly the same, but they feel exactly the same on the skin. And there's a big price difference, or you just get a lot more for your money than you do with this one. So I went ahead and got that. Okay, so in my last haul, I showed you like a little kind of dress cover up. I bought it specifically to be a cover up. And I told y'all that I had purchased this one, and look how beautiful it is. It's just so pretty. It's knee length on me. I'm 5'3.5". And then of course it's got this smocked, top. So you probably do not even need a bra with smocked tops. But in that video, I wore the cakes with my other one that had smocked top because it was just white solid. This one actually has flowers. I feel like it's so busy that nobody's gonna be able to detect if you're cold or whatever. But anyway, I just thought it was so pretty and I feel like it's just so perfect for spring. And I definitely need to get a pink bikini. Like right now, my absolute favorite color is pink. I want everything pink. My phone case is pale pink with bows all over it. Bows and pink are my thing right now for some reason, so. Okay, so next up are these little flip-flops right here. You guys, these are probably the absolute most comfortable flip-flops I've ever worn in my life. They're so comfortable that I don't even try to take them off like whenever I come home, or if I like put them on to go, like yesterday I did something in the backyard and I just slipped them on real fast. When I came back in, I didn't even take them off. Like I'm not even reminded to take them off because they're that comfortable. And look how cute they are. Like I said, my color for spring is definitely gonna be pink. And I love that they're two-toned. And also, if you have bunions, this part right here covers that bone like perfectly. Like it's just perfectly on that bone. And it doesn't squeeze, it's not tight, it's not uncomfortable. You can wear these all day long and your feet are not gonna hurt, and if you have bunions or whatever, it's not gonna hurt that bone or whatever. But y'all, they're so cute. I wish they had them in more colors. I wanted white. Like I wish they had white on white. They have like a brown on brown. They have a gold and black, and then one other color. Most of them are just two-toned, but I wish that they had all white. I like these because they're not too wide. I'm very, very particular about my flip-flops. They cannot be even slightly too wide, otherwise I won't wear them. I'm a small woman, and so whenever I wear shoes that are just a little bit too wide or too bulky or something like that, I feel like I look like I'm just all feet, and it's just not balanced, you know, it's very imbalanced. And so I like a flip-flop that is not, of course, too narrow, but it can't even be just slightly too wide, otherwise I'm not happy. Now, sticking with shoes, y'all, look at how cute these are. They're square toe, you know, they have this, it looks like straw, I guess. I don't know what that's called, but anyway. And then this part here is clear, but it just helps it to stay on your foot. I love the corkscrew kind of wedge. I love wedges because obviously they're gonna be the easiest to walk in, and because you can wear them with jeans or you can wear them with skirts or dresses, and they're still gonna look very, very cute. And so anyway, this is what they look like. Okay, so next up are actually curtains, and I'm gonna have to put a picture right here because I'm gonna show you a couple of curtains that I got from Amazon. Now the first pair are right there, and I had some gray curtains there, and I'm over gray. I just don't want, I want light and I don't know, kind of not colorful, but just something that's a little bit more cheerful. And so I don't know if you could see those. Like I said, I'm gonna put a picture here, but I feel like they're so pretty. They have a vintage look to them. Somebody in the comments section said it looks like French meets farmhouse. And I thought that is such a perfect description of these curtains. And I don't know, I just love the way that they look in this room. You know, I do have, you can't see this wall, but I have some things that are that similar color. And then I think these pictures over here, they kind of have like that sage green in the background. And this wall is kind of a sage green. And so anyway, that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted this to be like a sage green look. And then I thought that I would just go ahead and show you these curtains right here. These are the ones in my living room. And also, I guess it would be the dinette area, but we don't have like a dinette table or anything there. It's just kind of like a little sitting area. But y'all, these curtains are so awesome. You know what they remind me of? And I get questions about them too. They remind me of those big like theater curtains because that's how they feel. They're really heavy, they're velvet, they're just very substantial, and I love them. Now I have a gray pair in the living room, and then I have more, I think it's called stone blue, in the other area, and I just wanted them to be just a little bit different. When I brought the stone blue into the living room, because I have so much sunlight that goes in the living room, it looked too light of a blue. Like it just looked a little odd. And so I just decided to keep the gray ones there. And also I kind of like the contrast with my couch and stuff like that. But I just love these curtains. I feel like they're really, really high quality curtains. And like I said, people have asked me about them in the past. So I thought that I would just kind of show them a little bit close up and you know, what they look like. Okay, y'all, I feel like I really saved the best for last. Look how cute this little handbag is right here. Isn't that the most precious handbag? I told you guys that right now I'm really into that pale pink color, and I'm really into bows. And so when I saw this, I was like, I have to have it. And now I want it in every color because to me, it's a perfect size. So I actually just received it yesterday, and they had it, you know, shipped like that. And so they are still a little bit bent, but I feel like once I put some stuff in it and then just hang it from a rod, those are just gonna straighten right out. Anyway, this is what the opening is like. It has this little magnetic kind of snap there, but it's magnet. And then this is how big the inside is. Now there's no pockets. That's the only kind of bummer to it. I was like, oh, I just at least wanted one little zipper pocket because I don't like to carry around like a wallet or anything like that. But let me show you what it looks like. Okay, look how cute this looks. I put on the little pink flip-flops to match with the little pink bag. Doesn't this look so cute? Like a little lavender top. This is so springy. Lavender top, light wash jeans. Y'all, these are from Walmart. These are, I guess it was like last season's. These were their skinny jeans, but they're not that skinny. Like they're not skin tight. So I love them because I still like this look. I cannot get into a wide leg pant. It looks so silly on me. It swallows me up. I look ridiculous. And so anyway, this is what I'm wearing. Or I'll wear like a flare, you know, something that's still fitted and then just kind of flares at the bottom. But anyway, look how adorable this little bag is. Isn't it so, so cute? Look at that. And it does have a little baby bit of a sheen to it. It almost has like a little baby bit of a glossy look to it, which just makes it look even that much more feminine. I want to get some cute little pale pink, I'm in search for them. A cute little pale pink pair of like low heel, either wedges or just like a low heel. I feel like this would be perfect to wear to a wedding just because of the color. And I'm going to a wedding this summer. My niece is getting married. I can't believe she's the first. She's the first of all the nieces to get married. Her name's Avery, and I'm so excited for her. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate your time. As usual, I'm gonna have links to everything that I showed you in this video in my description box. I'm also going to pin it to the top of the comment section so that it's a little bit easier for you to find, especially if you're on a phone. I don't know if it's especially, but just it's easier to find. Anyway, I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and hopefully I will see you back here next week.